because of you. And now.
Well, hi there. Good afternoon. Happy Sunday.
It is Sunday, and it is exciting. You know, this morning I woke up, it was fall. It felt crisp and clean and
doesn't
beautiful,
now.
but then it felt
It's
like the
kinda
middle of
hot.
summer. What happened?
Well, this is Home Wizards. We usually are on for Saturdays from 2 to 4. Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole, where we love to help you improve your home and improve your life. And we were thinking about giving you some ideas to have a last-minute party at your home, the space you call home, especially because, well, we're just about an hour or so away from the Emmys, and driving in on 3rd Street, I saw, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom,
you
limo
saw a
after
whole myriad of limos
I
going
couldn't
by.
see
didn't you?
any of the people. I just saw these placards, like they're
They were
color-coded.
color-coded, yeah. You saw a green color.
Greens
That
and
must
orange.
mean Susan Lucci.
I
Daytime
think
star.
could be. Or Simon Cowell, or I don't
One
know,
of-
some
who
of those
knows?
guys.
Somebody's
but
in there.
it was kind of fun to see all those folks, and I think that whether you're into the Emmys or the Oscars, which are way farther down the line, or football season,
Yes.
right? College football,
This is
pro
dear to me.
football. It's always great to have some ideas on hand to throw something together quickly.
Yeah, I
you
know.
know, for people.
And eating seems to be such a huge part of spectator sports, doesn't it? Anytime I can get cram food in my mouth in a parking lot somewhere, it's a good day.
It's just kind of easy. It doesn't even have to be a spectator sport, right?
No,
No.
just any excuse to make fun times happen with food is great.
So have you ever had a last minute get together where all of a sudden people are saying, "Okay, guess what? Eric and Amy, we're coming to your place," and you're like, "Oh my gosh, our place is a mess. What are we going to do?"
I say, look this way and quickly come outside, walk through the house, and then I get them out so they don't have to see the messy house. But then I bring out the chips.
The stuff,
I got
the chips.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I ever have stocked at all times. I got 3 kids, so
Some chips.
chips are always there. Yeah, but the last minute thing is always tough. I don't have much in the way of snacks for entertaining unless I know somebody's coming. What do you do?
Well, I mean, we try to have some snacks around, but every now and then, we're in the middle of a kitchen remodel project, and so all the
You
stuff
have
that we
nothing.
have, it's in the spare bedroom or it's in this other back bedroom, and so it's really hard to find things, so it's kind of disorganized.
Right.
But my solution for first an Emmy viewing party tonight, because it's coming up just within the next hour or so, is to do really quick and dirty, souped up Chinese takeout.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you mean by souped up?
I mean, you basically get the Chinese takeout.
Yeah.
You're going to get, I'll tell you all the different things to get, but you have your own homemade sauces. And then you also decorate the place to look like it's this cute little Asian restaurant. Really, very simple to do.
This is nice.
And then a great Trader Vic's cocktail.
Ooh.
And then you're all set for the viewing of the Emmys in a kind of fun way without having to really just, stress out over not having all the stuff.
So you're amending a pre-existing meal that shows up with
Yeah.
sauces. That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
great idea.
So, for instance, you will for the look.
Yeah.
You can go to Pier 1 or Cost Plus and get some of those hanging paper lanterns. You like those guys?
I
Those
do
little-
love those. Yeah. They're great. And also inexpensive, too, aren't they? Yeah.
Under $10.
And you just throw them up on the wall there and or hang them from your porch.
Hang
and-
them up somehow. I think inside the house would be good, because since
Yeah.
you're going to be, unless you want to watch the TV outside, but hang them.
See, I've got a thing where I bring the TV out to the hot tub.
Oh, even for the Emmys.
Oh, well, no, but for football. We're on Emmys now? Oh, okay, I understand.
Well, wherever you are, you just like to have the hot tub with the TV. That
it.
works.
That's a fun thing.
It
My
is
kids
fun.
love it, yeah.
That's very fun. So if you were going to do like this Asian thing, if you have a nice coffee table, you can get a runner or a coffee tablecloth of some kind. And then I love having a lot of cushions on the floor. Do you have some extra cushions?
That's a huge part of our life. We have a lot of those things. Great
Bean
cushions on the
bags.
floor. Not beanbags, but one of those big, huge, oversized, overstuffed ones.
Mm-hmm.
It can kind of
Just
go
throw 'em
anywhere in
down.
the living room, and it helps. And it's a great thing to dive into when you're 4 years old. My
Or
daughter loves
any
it.
age, yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe even share the dog bed.
Well, yes, you could do. Yeah, sharing the dog bed.
So I think to kind of set the stage is you're going to order the Chinese takeout. Oh, and by the way, in addition to that decor, I'm all about having some fun slippers for people, and you can get those Chinese slippers.
Oh, wow.
Have you seen those?
I have.
In the bright reds.
In the spas, I've seen
And
them.
you can get those also like at the Pier 1, and just put those kind of in a little basket to the side. So everyone's sitting down, they can be barefoot or in these Chinese slippers on the cushions, and the Chinese takeout is arriving. And so with the Chinese takeout, you just basically, if you're having 12 people, let's say, you want maybe 3 or 4 appetizers and then a couple of main dishes, and you're done.
Yeah.
And
now, do you order the food without the MSG? I do, because I find the MSG gives me a bit of a headache.
I haven't noticed it for me.
I really do.
It's because you're so sensitive.
Well, it's inside and out.
But if it, I guess it's, you might want to be thoughtful to your guests if
Yeah.
that's something that people are sensitive to,
Yeah.
But I would get like the spring rolls, and the dumplings, and I love that wonton soup. Even though it's kind of warm right now, it'll feel a little cooler later on tonight. And then get some different entrees like the chicken almond, perhaps one of the string bean dishes.
I love the wok fried string beans. You know what else I
Love
love?
those.
The chicken and broccoli.
Chicken and broccoli.
Yeah.
But so then you basically have all those things ordered and you put it to the side, and then meantime you're setting the stage with the drink. And have you been to Trader Vic's?
I have, but it's
You
been
like-
quite a while.
The Polynesian drink is just a fun thing
Anything
to have.
that has some sort of umbrella or a little tiny plastic
fruit
monkey.
floating in-
Yeah.
or-
Remember the little plastic
Yes.
monkeys with the curly tail?
Yes, right. You keep hooking them up.
Yeah,
well,
my brother and I used to collect those. We had about a 9-footer at one point,
And they'd
we
come like in a
hung 'em from the
tube, right?
closet pole. Yeah,
like in blues and yellows
Yeah,
and pinks.
exactly.
Those are kind of fun.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could make it almost like you have a little toy in your drink, but
that's right.
I think that the Asian Polynesian vibe is kind of a neat thing, and it's always great to have a theme drink with your gathering. So we have the recipe on the website yourhomewizards.com, but it's Bacardi cocoa rum.
Oh,
And then some pineapple juice and a little bit of brandy and then some sweetened coconut cream with some almond extract. And then you just put it in a pitcher with ice and you serve. And then you put a little skewer with pineapple and cherries. Done.
now, why is it that every time I follow one of these recipes that you love, that I end up passing out?
Oh, really? Are they strong?
It's delicious, but you won't make it to find out who wins Best Actor. I guarantee you.
So then you're serving that with your glammed up Chinese takeout, the spring rolls, the pot stickers, the wonton soup, and then you're watching maybe half of the show, and then you take a break, and then you get the dinner. But by the way, back to the souped up sauces.
Talk to me about the sauces.
You want
fascinates me.
if you have these nice little porcelain bowls, or you could use cereal bowls. It doesn't really matter. Some 3 little dipping sauce bowls.
It's casual.
Soy sesame sauce. You got to have that, and that's basically your soy, your rice vinegar, your sesame oil, and the little red pepper flakes, which you put on everything.
I do.
That's really easy. And then you just kind of mix that up, and you can dunk it in. Then you have the designer duck sauce.
And what is that?
And that's basically your store-bought duck's sauce, kind of a plum sauce. And then you add, here's the trick, the orange marmalade jam with a little bit of lemon juice. And so that kind of becomes a sweet and tart with the thick duck sauce. Can you visualize it?
Yeah, I sure can. They do that at some of the better restaurants. They create tableside your own special sauce. Yeah.
And you add a little bit of ginger. And so now you have the soy and you have the duck sauce, and then the third one is the spicy mustard.
That's my
now,
favorite.
Are you a fan of that hot, like, burn
Where it
till you
feels
cry
like
up?
you're inhaling acid.
Love that.
Yeah,
So you can,
I do too.
So you can get that Chinese hot mustard or whatever, however grade of spiciness you can tolerate, and maybe add a little bit of the dry mustard. Do you ever buy the
do.
dry powder mustard with some that rice vinegar again and some salt and water, and then you're going to top it off with the chopped scallions. So
See,
now
the
you have
chopped
this
scallions make it, don't
yum.
they?
Yeah. So now you've got some kind of a hot and tart,
Right.
and then you've got the sweet and sour, and then you've got just the soy with the sesame oil.
So
kind
the
of
only
mild.
thing you're responsible for are the sauces and the
Yeah,
drinks.
and the Chinese,
then-
and you're done.
That's great.
And it's not. And then you also, if you have a little more time to plan in advance, if this isn't just for tonight, you can still take this Asian fusion theme and do it for some other TV movie viewing. Chinatown has some great supplies, and you can.
I love Chinatown.
I love going to Chinatown, and they have some fun decorations. You can get the lucky bamboo and make those cute little vases with the lucky bamboo, and everyone has a souvenir to take home.
Right.
You can get those little Chinese slippers there. You can get fortune cookies with the dark chocolate or the white chocolate, like 2-pound bags for just $, and just have that in a Ziploc bag. And so now you've got this fun thing to kind of soup up with your Asian takeout.
And
you're a genius.
And somehow always it devolves to people reading their fortunes and then adding the line between the sheets.
In bed. Well, anyway, when we come back, we're going to talk about some more quick ideas. You can do the same version of this with pizza, and we're going to tell you about
Italian
that.
theme, yeah.
It's you get the pizza from your favorite takeout, but don't have it slightly undercooked, and then everyone's going to make some homemade pizzas, and we'll explain
you throw
that
your toppings on.
for that, and some other great ideas, not only for Emmy viewing, but just kind of some great tailgating party, the football watching in the next weeks to come.
Fantastic.
Right?
Love
You're
it.
listening to Home Wizards, and by the way, if you like what you hear, you can always go back to the website, check out the recipes and all the great tips that we have, and see Eric's videos, and you can also see the kitchen progress that's going underway at yourhomewizards.com. Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole. The fun continues here on Home Wizards. We're back after this on KFWB News Talk 980. Yes, company's coming. I feel it. Welcome back, Home Wizards here. Cindy Dole with Eric Stormer. We love to help you improve your home and improve your life. And a lot of times that means people are coming over.
Yeah, and they're coming over at the last minute, or they're coming over and you don't want to spend 5 hours preparing for the party.
Right, because
So
it's
what do you
happening
do?
now. Like the Emmys are now. And so
Yeah.
we were just talking about just getting some Chinese takeout and making your own sauces and having a nice drink and some little decorative things. Boom, you're done. It's cute.
It's called
People
the
are having a
Cindy
good time.
Dole. I'm
No.
gussing up some pre-existing stuff. Yeah, I like it.
Well, now here's the Italian version.
Yeah.
Because everyone loves pizza, right? And maybe for people watching carbs and calories, I know I do that too, but you can still have a small little mini individual one.
Right.
And so I found this to be a great trick. You just order your favorite takeout. You get, pizzas for one. You get a bunch of them. If you're having 12 people, get 12 or 24 of the one size little individual pizzas, but with cheese only, and ask that they be undercooked.
And they'll do this for you.
Yeah, and they're coming in individual boxes, which is perfect because everyone's going to get them in their box.
Right.
But meantime, back at the ranch, you're
You
getting,
got a preheated oven, obviously.
well, you will. That'll be easy. But you're getting the different toppings, and everyone's going to get to custom made their own little pizza. And you can be as glamorous as you want with, portobello mushrooms or sun-dried tomatoes or whatever shishi stuff you want, or just basic Canadian bacon and pineapple and pepperoni or what. What do you like on a pizza?
Oh, well, I actually love the pepperoni.
Okay.
So I do a little pepperoni and onion.
Tomatoes.
But now do you amend cheese again?
You
after
could, yes.
Put the toppings,
I
so
would
it's
add
double layer?
little extra mozzarella,
Maybe Parmesan or something.
Parmesan on top there.
Oh, okay.
And have all that staged with all the little bowls and things, and maybe have your own Caesar salad on standby, and maybe even go to a restaurant or your local bakery and have some tiramisu. Done, you've got it. And then for the decor, I love this idea of spreading out a red and white checkered tablecloth, and then on the tablecloth have little bottles of the Parmesan, the red pepper flakes, the oregano. And so again, it feels like you're at your own little mom and pop style Italian restaurant.
Right.
But this is great for TV viewing and
It really is. And you know what I love about it too? Again, everybody loves pizza. Everybody wants it individual. You don't have to spend time kind of saying who's getting the shrimp, who's getting this, who's getting that. You make
Ooh,
it
shrimp
yourself.
is good on pizza.
I do love the shrimp on the pizza,
Yeah.
by the way.
Duck on pizza. I mean, you can go really, hog wild.
Yeah.
And then the Italian-inspired drink.
What is
Danny
it?
DeVito apparently has his own limoncello, but any kind of limoncello, it's basically limoncello with vodka on ice.
I got in trouble on this beverage
Yeah?
once. Yeah.
Well, maybe
a
just
friend
add-
of mine actually from Italy
Oh, really?
prepared this at a
'Cause
party
it's
a couple
sweet.
weeks ago.
It
It's
makes it
sweet and
dangerous.
it's deceptive. And then it's one of those scenarios where you're like, yeah, I know, that's great. And then 20 minutes later, you're like,
And everything's kind of in slow-mo, and you're ready for a nap.
It's great stuff. Love it. Yeah. But
So-
it's a great idea, though. It's a nice theme
So
drink.
there's your little Italian thing. Another fun one for just a movie, TV viewing party is the fish and chips and popcorn thing. Have you ever done that?
I got to tell you, I have not, but I just read today that a lot of times frozen seafood is of better quality because it's taken right out of the ocean and flash frozen. So, you may think that it's better to get fresh, but in some cases, especially in the fish and chips arena, I think you might be better off with that frozen cod.
And you're happier with that than the can too. Sometimes,
Absolutely.
aren't you?
You know it.
I know you're really, really cautious about the canned food, but the quick fish and chips. I mean, you get your frozen fish tenders, whatever kind, from Trader Joe's to the supermarket, whatever, and then you've got to get the steak fries. But the cute part is you're going to soup them up with a little bit of paprika and kosher salt and pepper, but you're going to serve it kind of like boardwalk style in a
Right.
paper towel and newspaper around it. So
Oh,
everyone
I've
has their
done that.
little thing.
Yes, that's
or
great.
you can even put it in little buckets, those little galvanized
And then you have to have
tins.
that malt vinegar, which I love.
You got to have the malt vinegar and the tartar sauce, and then if you like Guinness, beers
And
or
who
whatever,
doesn't?
that would be kind of a fun another way just to watch a movie or to watch the Emmys or have a football viewing, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another idea is to create your movie concession stand. Now, I had this done at a party I went to, and they basically created candies in a basket like you go to the movie theater with the Milk Duds, the Junior Mints, the Twizzle sticks, all that
So
stuff.
you're doing sort of, a gourmet selection of fine
kind of
movie candy.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
then
a
the
great idea.
popcorn, you serve that in these metal cans, and everyone gets their own, or their little paint bucket that you can get
Yeah.
at the big box stores or whatever, or even in white paper lunch bags. And then you toss the popcorn with either Parmesan and pepper, or I love the sweetened version with like brown sugar and candied spiced nuts of some kind that you can also get in like the Trader Joe's area.
I love this. You know, every summer when I go up to northern Michigan, we do this popcorn night, and it's always flavored popcorn. We'll do butter, obviously, or we'll do Parmesan, or we'll do some maple syrup sometimes and toss that
in the popcorn.
It's great, yeah. I love popcorn, but it seems like I only eat it during the summer. But yeah, this is a great idea for movie night.
Mm-hmm. Any kind of last-minute entertaining.
And doggone it, I love the caramel corn.
Yum. Yeah, and I think the sweet with the hot, the sweet heat. You add a little like chipotle pepper in there. Well, so now let's say that you're having a football party because, you know, we've had this weekend of football. There's going to be more weekends of football. You got to have the chili. Are you a chili guy?
I'm a chili guy, and I tell you, my son Dusty and I were watching football this morning. We had a little tiny party. It's about 20 minutes, and it was here's what we served. Me, a latte. Dusty, some cornflakes.
But it was the bonding time.
It was the bonding
That's
time.
all that
We
matters.
had a fun time. That's right.
I like to have chili. I mean, I like all different kinds, but I've really been enjoying chili without beans at all. The kind where you get, you know, the really great quality meat, you know, the beef shoulder, whatever, it's in cubes, and you cook it, you slow cook it until it's so tender, and then you add just nothing but vegetables and tomatoes and sauces, and it becomes so thick.
So you go bean free.
Not always, but this is a good one.
I'll tell you, that's not a bad idea because sometimes with a tremendous amount of chili and a tremendous amount of beans comes some abdominal discomfort later in the day. So I might want to try this bean-free chili.
I mean, just picture this. So you have all that beef shoulder that's cut into cubes, and you've been slow cooking it, you know, either on the cooktop or in I love having a crock pot.
Yeah.
And for a couple hours, then it gets so tender. And then you're adding anything you like, you know, the tomatoes, the sauces, the onions, you name it, oregano, paprika, cumin, even cinnamon is a good one, chili powder. And then you have to have the toppings. And this, again, where the group can get involved, you know, sour cream, cheese, blah, blah, blah.
And slice chopped up onion I love.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
cilantro.
I love the cilantro and the chili. Yeah.
Here is another must do. I mean, it's all about, I think, the carbs. I think at some of these parties. But you just, very simple, you buy some of those frozen potato wedges. Have you ever seen the frozen?
I use them pretty much weekly.
It becomes cheddar fries. This will be great for the kids.
Yeah.
You get the frozen potato wedges with the skins on, and you're just going to put it in a baggie with the paprika, the garlic, salt and pepper. And then, but here's the piece de resistance.
Yeah.
So you're going to put all that out. Now you spread out the potatoes on a cookie sheet, and you're going to cook it however they say. You know, maybe it's 20 minutes, whatever the heck it is. But meantime, you're combining croutons with cheddar cheese. And you're mixing it all up. And then now at the last 3 minutes of cooking, you sprinkle that over the potatoes. So now it's got this crunchy, cheesy, ooey gooey thing. Winner.
Winning.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You know what? Back to chili. I got to tell you, I was at the Malibu Chili Cook-Off several years ago when my son Wyatt was only about 4 years old.
They don't do beans in Malibu, do they?
I don't think so, no. There's a methane gas. You can't have it there. So he's coming down one of these blow-up slides, and he goes end over end, and the back of his head touches the top of his neck. Like, that's how hard his head snapped back.
Ouch.
And he's laying there, and I thought he was paralyzed. And who should come to our aid but the great Tony Danza? It was one of those weird moments like, oh, my God, my son's hurt, and there's Tony Danza here to help. It was like one of those,
how funny.
Those funny star sightings. And he was the sweetest guy ever. I mean, he was really great, and the paramedics came. Everything was okay, thank goodness. But our own Tony Danza helped my kid.
Did he offer some chili?
He did not. No. But I asked for a bite of his.
Well, so those are some good ideas. I think in terms of setting the stage for a football party, this is a classic thing to do. You get the artificial turf. Have you ever done this before?
Yeah,
For the table, you make the table look like a football field.
That's a great... Oh, yeah, and you can paint lines on it and
It's
stuff.
been done, yeah, exactly. You get your
cute.
first date white adhesive tape. That becomes the yardage
There's
lines.
a great idea, yeah.
You know, I mean, you could even have little characters, little dolls set up like the football players.
Right.
But that becomes a fun little setup for your crock pot and your snacks, your wedges, your on and on. So.
I love the crock pot. My mom's a master at that thing.
But you know what? Sometimes you might spill. You might be at this
Sure.
party, and all of a sudden you're holding a glass of cab wine. Whoa! There it went on your shirt. And
Straight up on the white
I think
shirt.
do you have some solutions for getting
Boy, do I
wine
ever.
out of?
I have nothing but solutions when it
Mustard?
comes to stains. Mustard, oil stains, everything. You can't believe all the
All right,
stuff that's available.
When we come back, we're going to get into stain shenanigans.
These are stain trade secrets, by the way.
The secret Stromer stain secrets.
I've got a kit for you, too.
We got it. It's coming up. You're listening to Home Wizards, Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole. A special version here this Sunday. You can normally hear a Saturday Saturdays 2 to 4. But we're back right here, right now on KFWB News Talk 980.